Hello YouTube, Crazy Dave. This is going to be a fairly short video. As you know, I do gun reviews. I've been doing them now probably for about 3 years, maybe a little over. And I pride myself on my gun reviews being upfront and honest. I recently did a gun review on the Norinco T97 Gen 3. I believe it was on my 1500 round review, I believe. So I've gone through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rounds. There's a guy on here, I'm not going to mention his name, he'll know who he is. It starts off, I sent my Type 97 Gen 3 back to the dealer because of keyholing at 15 yards. 15 yards, but anyway, okay. I wrote back saying I've had no problems with mine, deadly accurate and works fine. That person wrote back, show us deadly accuracy please. So I wrote back maybe later. So I intended to do one this weekend. Then he writes, my advice is stay well away from the Type 97. Sorry about the audio, whatever that means. So I wrote back, mine has no problems at all. He writes back, then you have a barrel of a different internal diameter or you're easily pleased. Easily pleased. Okay, we'll get into that. So I wrote back, nothing wrong with mine, it's very accurate to 1.5 MOA at 110 yards, standard mil spec, which it basically is. So he writes back, prove it. Okay. I don't know what problem he's having with his gun. There's quite a few things that can cause keyholing. A flaw with the gun to begin with. A flaw with the rifling, or not cleaning the gun and the rifling getting all gummed up. Barrel damage. There's all kinds of stuff, okay, that can cause tumbling. I'm not saying it's not unheard of for a gun to start tumbling bullets, but the rifling in a bullet makes a bullet screw its way through the air like that to keep it in flight on a straight keel. That's the whole point of rifling, is to make the bullet spin and screw its way through the air. So what's causing the tumbling? I don't know. Okay. Now obviously this guy is upset with his gun to the point that he can't believe any T97 is going to be accurate, because he's basically saying prove it and show us please. And okay. Now the fact that I'm easily pleased, he says, this is the T97 that I took to the gun range today to shoot paper targets to bring and show its accuracy, which I intend to do. Now, this guy says I'm easily pleased. Keep in mind, all these guns that I buy full price. These are my guns. I don't get any lent to me. I don't get any sponsorship. I don't get any royalties. I don't get any donations. I don't get any discounts. I pay 100% full cost, the same money you pay for yours. Okay? I have no reason to give a false review or to upplay a gun. Okay? To prove this to you, I bought a Norinco T97 Gen 1. I loved it, had no problems with it. I must have gone through a couple thousand rounds with it. Like, I had no problem with it at all. And then a gun came out that I really, really wanted. So I sold the T97 and got that gun. Okay? I had no problems with the T97. None. Other than it was finicky about what mags you would put in it. But as far as reliability and shooting goes, no problem at all. I missed it so much, I went and bought a second one. Now, if I wasn't happy with the first one in the first place, I wouldn't have bought a second one. So it's not being easily pleased. If I wasn't genuinely pleased with it in the first place, I wouldn't have bought a second one. The second one I bought was another Gen 1, but a flat top version, which is very similar to this. And again, I must have gone through 1,000 rounds, maybe, a couple of thousand, I can't remember exactly how many. Again, no problem with it whatsoever. Okay? And I shoot all kinds of ammo. I've gone through Barnall, I've gone through a Gila, I've gone through Winchester, Remington, I mean, you name it, I've put through these T97s. I've gone to FMJ, I've done hollow points, I've done nylon tip bullets, all kinds of bullets and grades and velocities and, I mean, a slew of different types of ammunition. I've had absolutely no problem with any of the T93s, none. Okay? That one was a Gen 1. This one is a Gen 3. I haven't had this one very long. I have already gone through 1,500 rounds with it. Okay? So I think when I talk about this particular gun, I think I know what I'm talking about. Because again, it's a whole slew of different types of ammo. From steel case to FMJs to hollow points to nylon tips. All kinds of different ammunition I put through it. Okay? So I know what I'm talking about. I sold the second T97, which was a Gen 1. I sold it at the same price I bought it. So I lost no money there, and I immediately went out and bought this one. And the only reason I went to the Gen 3 is A, the key mods, the different modifications they've made to the mag well, so that this will accept all kinds of different mags. Okay, they've also reshaped the bolt and the feed ramps, and they've added an ambidextrous mag release. So the modifications that Norinco have done to this particular gun, the Gen 3, made it not a better gun, but a more convenient gun. Okay? Because there's nothing wrong with the ones I had before. Now, I understand Gen 1s had problems with feeding issues and ejection problems and magazine problems. The only problem I had with both of my Gen 1s was it was finicky on magazines, but it was never finicky on ammo, never failed to eject or feed. I think there was one bullet, and I think it was a cheap ammo. I can't remember which one it was, but one bullet got the bullet pushed into the shell. Okay, out of something like 2,000 rounds. Okay, stuff happens. All of my T97s have been mil-spec accuracy, like 2 MOA or less. All of them, including this one. Okay, now our range goes by meters. So you go 25 meters, 50 meters, 100 meters, 200 meters, and I mentioned 100 yards, I think, or 110 yards. It's 100 meters, which I believe is 110 yards. So to say that I'm easily pleased, this is the third one that I've gone for. If these rifles were not that good, you really think I would be getting a third one? When there's so many other rifles out there that I could choose? You really think I'd be going for a third T97 if I wasn't 100% satisfied with its accuracy, its reliability, its functionality, its dependability? If I wasn't 100% satisfied with this rifle, you really think I'd be going for the third one? Just saying. And like I say, I have no idea what problems you're having with your gun. Maybe it's not the gun. had 3. Just saying. Okay? But to insinuate that I might be exaggerating or lying, if you read between the lines of what you're saying, when every review I give is 100% honest, why wouldn't it be? I don't stand anything to gain by overpraising something. If I'm not happy with it, I'd gladly sell it and move. There's so many guns out there that I want to try. If I wasn't happy with it, you really think I'd be keeping it? Seriously. Trust me, these T97s, there's a lot of videos about the T97, and this is the only guy in all the videos that I've viewed that seems to have a problem with it and telling people stay away from it. Just saying, the only guy. I've never heard in any of the reviews of bullets tumbling. I've heard of ejection problems, misfeed problems, magazine problems. Okay. But I've never heard anything about accuracy problems or shooting. Okay? Just saying, this is the only guy that I've ever heard make comments like that. These are dependable, reliable bullpups, and I highly recommend them. The fact that this is a 3rd one I've bought and I've had absolutely no problems with it, the fact that it's a 3rd one I bought shows I stand behind this rifle 100%, 110%. I highly, highly recommend the Norinco T97. It's a great, great bullpup. Really great. And accurate. And to show you its accuracy, like I say, I have nothing to prove. Okay? I'm not here to prove anything to people. But this guy, for some reason, got me to respond. And here is the response. I went out today, and right here is the grouping. That's at 110 yards or 100 meters. Okay? On a very windy day. Believe me, it's really windy today. Norinco T97 Gen 3, 110 yards, windy. 28th of May. And the grouping there that I circled, I measured at, and that's a 5-shot grouping. I measured at 1.85 inches. Okay? Just to show you it's not a fluke, there's another one. Norinco T97 Gen 3, 110 yards, windy, 28th of May, which is today. Okay? And if you look here, you'll see that grouping. Okay? That's at 110 yards on a windy day. Okay, it's bench rest, but that's 110 yards on a windy day. That's a 5-shot group. Okay, again, 1.67 inches. Are they reliable? Yes, 100%. Are they accurate? You bet. You bet. It's well within mil spec. And I am not what I would classify as an expert shooter. Okay, I do competitions and that, but I'm not. I'm sure there's people out there that can do a lot better than I do. So you put this rifle in the hands of somebody more experienced or better than I am, and they'd get even a tighter group than what I'm getting. On a windy day, with a 223. 223 is just an overpowered 22. Wind affects a 223 a lot. Okay? Just saying. If it wasn't that windy, and believe me, it's really windy. If it wasn't that windy, I'd even get a tighter group than that. Okay? So you want me to prove it? There's your proof. There's your proof in black and white. Okay? Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but nobody's entitled to force their opinion on others just because they're not satisfied with the gun. Now, what problem he's having with his gun, I have no idea. This is my 3rd, and I've had no problems with any of them. Maybe it's not the gun, buddy. Just saying. Sorry you don't like your gun. Sorry you're not happy with it. Sell it, get something else. You know, don't come down hard on stuff when you're the only one out there that seems to have that kind of problem. You know, say you're not happy with it. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But don't start telling people stay away. Just say, I'm not happy with it because it keyholes or whatever. Fine. Okay, scare you, Mindy? I moved the rifle and scared my dog. So do I recommend this rifle? You bet I do. You bet I do. The fact that this is my third should prove to you there's nothing wrong with these. Nothing. They're accurate, dependable, sturdy, well built, reliable. What more could you want? What more could you want? Great rifle. So, I hope that answers your question. Like I say, I'm not mentioning names, but that guy knows who he is. And I'm not here to prove anything to anybody. And this is the first time I've ever answered anything like that. And I don't plan to answer any more like that. Okay, because like I say, I'm here to do reviews and give honest reviews. I have nothing to gain by over praising something. Why would I? I have, get it here, I'm sorry. Oh no, it's in a cupboard, sorry. I have a Charles Daly. It's a N4S G2 20 gauge semi-automatic bullpup shotgun that I've just had a couple of days. And I did a review on it. In fact, I think that was the last review that I did. And in the review, I said I'd only gone through 30 rounds with different types of rounds. And I said right up front that this Winchester Super Target doesn't cycle. You have to physically charge it every time you pull the trigger. Okay? But that, and this is rated at 1200 feet a second. And then I said all the ammo that I had 1300 and above shot flying, and it did. Pull the trigger as fast as you can and it'll spit them out as fast as you can pull the trigger, as long as it's 1300 and above. Which means there's nothing wrong with the shotgun. It's just low powered ammo has a problem feeding it. And there's a lot of semi-automatic shotguns that have that problem. So they don't fault the gun. Okay? But I was upfront and honest, right off the bat. And that's how I am with all my reviews. I'm upfront and honest with all of these reviews. I have nothing to prove, nothing to lie about. Why would I? Okay? And why would I give top ratings to a gun if it wasn't that good? If it wasn't that good, you think I'd be owning the third one? If I wasn't 110% satisfied with the Norinco T97. Once I sold the first one, I would have gone to something else. Why buy the second one? And why trade the second one for a third one? Stand behind these 110%. They're good rifles. Dependable, rugged, well built, reliable, accurate. Couldn't ask for more. Anyway, thanks YouTube for watching. That's my rant. It went on a little bit longer than I had planned. But there's a proof in the pudding. You can go to different, just type in Norinco T97 and watch the different videos and see what people have to say. Okay? Is it a little awkward to shoot? Yeah. It's a bullpup. It's not going to feel like your regular rifle that you hold out like this. You don't load the magazines like this. You load magazines like this. Obviously, the mechanics of the rifle are going to be different and a little awkward at first. But believe me, it's worth it. It's really worth it. Keep an eye on the channel. I'm going to take that Charles Daly out this weekend and go through about 150 to 200 rounds so I can give it an honest review, as all my reviews are. Keep an eye on the channel. That'll be coming. And there are guns down the road that I'm going to be buying and doing reviews on as well. So keep an eye on the channel. There'll be more coming to you. And to all my subscribers, thanks a lot. It means a lot to me. And to all the people that view my channels, again, thanks a lot. It's important and shows that I'm on the right track. And to all the people that comment, thumbs up. It's great to see comments. It helps people out in the market looking for guns when they come across channels, so that they don't just take my opinion, they take the opinion of other people as well, to see whether they think the gun would be reliable enough for what they're looking for. So keep the comments coming. I read every single one, even the strange ones, and believe me, there's some really strange ones out there. But I try to answer everyone. I won't be answering any more prove it type comments, because I'm not here to prove anything. I'm just here to give my honest review. And if you like it, like it. If you don't, you don't. You know? But that's my honest reviews. Take it or lump it. I really, you know, I'm not here for you. I'm here for people in general, to give my opinion of what I find about these guns, and to take suggestions of what people want me to review. So that's it for me today. I'll be bringing that Charles Daly to you in a few days. And thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with me again. Thanks a lot. Bye.